So no shit. There I was. Fresh out of basic, arriving to my first unit. Now when you first join the army, they fly you from your hometown to basic training, then fly you from basic training to your first duty station. Now the astute among you may have already figured out the problem. How are you supposed to live at your first duty station with only the things that you can fit in a small carry-on bag that you're able to take with you on the plane? Well, you're supposed to actually get time to fly back to your home state and get all those important things that you need to live, like your car and all your worldly possessions. When I first arrived to the unit, my NCO explained to me that I could take leave after 1 week to go home and get all my stuff, and until then I could live in the barracks. Now the barracks were walking distance to work, so I wasn't really hurting for a ride to get to work. However, it was still a pretty bleak experience. Other than things the army issued me, I had a flip phone, toiletries, and 1 change of civilian clothes. Everything else was in my home state with my wife, who was still going to school. So at the end of the day, I would just lie on a bare mattress and stare at the wall until it was time to go to work again. It sucked, but I figured it was only going to be for a week. And my wife was a huge help, not only scheduling me a flight, but also a cab to actually get to the airport. I was scheduled to leave Saturday morning. Friday afternoon, my NCO comes down and says, "Hey, because you're the new fish, we're putting you on staff duty this weekend. You have it from Saturday at 9 in the morning until Sunday at 9 in the morning." I pull out my signed leave form and politely remind him that I won't be in the state during the time of this surprise staff duty. This was apparently the wrong answer. He takes the leave form from me and says, "What are your Army values?" I instantly go to parade rest and start reciting the 7 Army values, the memorization of which was instilled blunt force trauma style during the entirety of basic training. Loyalty. You aren't being very loyal back-talking your NCO, now are you? Sergeant, I'm not back-talking. I'm just trying to explain...
See, there you go, still back-talking. Front linear rest position, move. Now continue the Army values.
Duty.
Oh, broke that one when you try to sham out of staff duty. It's got duty right in the name.
Respect.
Are you being very respectful trying to sham out of staff duty? I don't think so.
Selfless service.
Not being very selfless, trying to go on vacation instead of doing your job.
Honor.
Nope, not showing any honor.
Integrity.
Yep, none of that either.
Personal courage.
Look at that. You managed to break all 7 of the Army values. And another thing, I know that you're married and you're living in the barracks, and I've let it slide up until this point, but...
Sergeant, you gave me that room.
See, still with the back talking. I gave you that room, and I'm going to take it away. You know what? You better be out of there by Monday morning.
Sergeant, respectfully, it is Friday afternoon. I have no way to get to on-post housing before it closes to find a new apartment.
Well, should have thought of that before Friday then, huh?
It is at this point that the sergeant rips up my leave form and storms out. I would later find out that I wasn't actually originally scheduled to do that staff duty shift, but one of my NCO's buddies was, and I was press-ganged into doing it so they could go hunting together. So now I'm fucked, and I start scrambling to salvage whatever I can for this disaster. I call the airline to get a refund or at least reschedule, and they tell me it's too late and I end up eating the entire cost of the ticket out of pocket. That being a dead end, I start looking for solutions to the fact that I'm now about to be homeless. I didn't have a computer, smartphone, or even a phone book to look up apartments for rent, so I ended up walking several miles to the on-post library just to get a computer. I end up finding an apartment that is relatively close to where I work. I walk there, talk to the manager, and I'm actually able to end up moving in that day. So I had a place to live, but my truck and all my worldly possessions are still with my wife back in my home state. So Monday morning comes around, and I have to leave the house at 3 in the morning so I can walk all the way to work and be there by 5:45 just to be in time to do PT. Unfortunately for me, we were doing a ruck march that morning with a 35-pound ruck. So that meant I had to carry that 35-pound ruck 6 miles to work, just to ruck 4 miles for PT, then work a full day, and then finally carry that same ruck 6 miles all the way back home. It is at this point in my life, tired, frustrated, exhausted, outraged, that I first met Dewey. I was just getting back to my apartment with my ruck when I saw him going through the parking lot taking out the trash. I recognized him from my company and figured out that he must live only a couple doors down from me. I thought I'd hit the jackpot, but what followed was the closest I've ever come to dying the entire time I've been in the military. And that's the subject for the next video. Ooh, cliffhanger ending. I will see y'all next time. Be good to each other. Peace.
Drive on, first platoon.
Drive on, first platoon.
Drive on, first platoon.
Drive on, first platoon.
Someday you'll be all alone.
Someday you'll be all alone.
Way out in a combat zone.
Way out in a combat zone.
Don't you worry about being alone.
Don't you worry about being alone.
Second platoon will bring you home.
Second platoon will bring you home.